Okay, welcome. Let's do a quick little tune-up that you can do anytime at your desk. Some reminders of some of the things that we have worked on. So come and sit at the front edge of your chair, and hopefully you have a chair that doesn't have armrests so that you're going to be able to move your arms freely. So find a stool or just some kind of chair that you can sit yourself in at the front edge and have the ability to move. Let's first just bring ourselves into our body, into our spine, maybe wiggle everything, and we'll just move our spine in the three main directions, flexion and extension. Round the spine and float the heart open. So we're going into that space where we're opening up the back of the spine. When you drop your chin, you want to also lift up a little bit from the bottom of the skull. And as we open the chest, we're squeezing our shoulder blades down and together, trying to get that rocking motion of the pelvis, and then getting that movement to go through the whole spine. You could imagine your heart, that energetic heart, kind of swings forward and up and down and back, kind of like a pendulum, stretching the sternum and then squeezing the sternum. We can coordinate that with our breathing. We can inhale as we open up the chest, relax your jaw, and then exhale as you round the spine. Sometimes it helps to hold onto your knees. Then you have something to pull away from. And then as you lift your chest, you can still hold onto your knees and pull your elbows back, activate those muscles around your shoulder blades, and squeeze those shoulder blades into the spine, opening up that area of the throat. Let's just do it one more time. Round, and then chest open. That place right in the middle is our gravity line. So let's find that space, and then we're going to start to do a little side bending, letting your head fall to the right. Let's allow that right arm to dangle so that right shoulder is dropping. Begin to feel that opening in the opposite ribs. Now, as I'm leaning this way, I have more weight into my right sit bone. Imagine that sit bone is a little foot. Instead of lifting your head, you're going to push down into that sit bone and feel how your body floats back. Let's go to the other side. Let your head fall to the left. Relax that left arm, that left shoulder, opening up just a little bit on that right side ribs. Mostly we're doing this for our neck though, so just letting your brain feel really heavy, breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. Then pushing down into that left sit bone, the one you're leaning towards, push down into that sit bone to help you come back up. Good, and then just wiggle the spine. Let's go a little deeper into the side bend now. Reach your right arm straight up to the sky. Reach up like you want to touch the ceiling. Feel your whole spine getting pulled apart. You can kind of flatten through those ribs, get taller. Keep all of that height, keep all of that space as you go up and over your heart. Now I'm going to tap that low part of my lungs here, that low ribs, and I want to breathe into that space. Stretch the diaphragm on that right side. And then as you exhale, lower your chin, pull your heart back as you circle forward. And then roll up. Let's do the other side. Left arm reaching straight up. Try to get taller. Push down into your sit bones. Push your head to the sky. Lengthen. And then keep all of that space as you go up and over to the side. Now we're going to tap those left side ribs. Breathe into your hand. Breathe into the diaphragm on that left side. One more reach as you inhale. And then tip those low front ribs back. Lower your chin. Circle around so you're moving that sensation into your back. This time, jiggle both arms and then roll up. Head last. Let's open up the chest a little bit. Good. And now we want to do some rotation. We're going to reach the right hand across. And if you have a chair like me, you might be able to hang your elbow over the back of the chair. And if not, that's okay. Just put your hand wherever you can. Use your right hand to guide you. Push your hand into your knee a little and look around the corner with your eyes. Still focused on soft breath and moving the breath down into those low ribs. Let's come back and we'll go the other way. Using that left hand now to push and guide you around the corner. Look around the corner with your eyes. Come back to the center. Let's do that one more time. Wrapping around like you're going up a spiral staircase and your eyes direct your spine. So involve your eyes and actively look around the corner. See what you can see. Come back. Let's go one more time the other way. And coming back. Now that we've done our spinal rotation, our side bending, our flexion extension, let's just check in with our breathing. Put one hand on your belly, one hand over the center of your chest. Follow the pathway of your breath. Soft and slow, breathing mostly down into that lower hand. The hand on your chest is just helping to keep that heavy feeling so that there's not this up and down happening in your chest. Most of the movement should be happening down here. Of course, we will feel some in our upper hand. Picture the breath into your side ribs, into your back ribs. Good, and then just relax your arms. Let's get a little bit more into our shoulders now. So we're gonna just picture this, feel this right shoulder. I'm gonna use my left hand and just do a little bit of sponging. So those upper trapezius muscles hold a lot of tension for us. So just do a little sponging and even a little sponging up the side of the neck and then down into the shoulder, a little bit into that bicep. And then we're going to jiggle that arm a little bit. Let's do some very slow shoulder rolls. Glide that humeral head, glide the ball a little bit forward, slide it up, roll it back. Now as we roll it back, we're opening the chest and then just let it melt. Again, forward and up, open the chest back, and then let it melt. One more time. And let it just drop and find its place. Take a moment, notice the difference between the two shoulders. Might be really subtle. It's really important to notice the effects of what we've done. And let's do the other side. So we're going to just take that right hand and grab that upper trapezius muscle. Sometimes it helps to lift your shoulder a little bit and just do some sponging or squeezing of that upper trap. And then walk your hand up your neck, even massaging with your thumb around your jaw, just kind of squeezing that area, getting the blood flow into the bicep a little bit, wherever you might be tight. And then we're just going to jiggle that arm. So now let's do our very slow shoulder rolls. For some reason, the key to this is doing them nice and slow. We don't want to recruit a bunch of muscles. Lifting and then opening up the pec and let it relax. Slide the shoulder forward and up. Open the chest and let it melt. Forward and up one last time. Opening it back and letting it melt. Now just resting both hands on your thighs. Take a moment and check in. Check in with your diaphragmatic breathing. Allow your elbows and shoulders to feel really heavy. We're starting to tune into that gravity line, that central axis line where your pelvis is level, your ribs are hanging, and your head is just floating in the center. Let's go a little bit deeper now, especially for the Eldoa work. Sometimes it's difficult to get those arms up without neck tension. So let's just do a couple more things here to get rid of some of that neck and arm, hand, shoulder tension. Let's reach the right hand forward. Wind and unwind a few times. You can take your left hand and just rest it on the shoulder. Feel how as you're turning your hand, you're actually turning the ball in the shoulder socket. Activate the thumb, the whole thumb, all the way to the base so that as you're turning your arm, you're really turning the ball in the shoulder socket. Let's open the palm, bend at the wrist. Now we want to do our spine flattening here, so find that level pelvis, level ribs, level head. Connect down into the sit bones, tuck your chin a little, and feel that bone at the bottom of your skull sliding up. Now it's really tempting to let your head drop forward here, but keep your head on your spine. It's a little bit weird. It's like you're tucking your chin back. Push out through your hand. Let's do our spine flattening. Then we're going to work our way through each finger. Pull your baby finger back while you press that right shoulder down. Push up through your head. Go to the ring finger. We'd like to be connecting to the fascia all the way through the arm into the neck. So in order to do that, let's go to the middle finger. We have to be gliding the bottom of the skull up, pushing your head up and sinking down into your pelvis while you actively push out through your hand. So finding all of those specific lines of tension. We're on that index finger now. Push your head to the sky and release. Now we just let the hand come in front of us. Ankle your hand around or either side. We're just going to anchor the thumb and we're going to spread the other four fingers Reach the forefingers up while you pull your elbows and shoulders down, tuck your chin, and push the top of your head up to the sky. Activate that fascia as much as you can. And relax. Shake out your arms. And again, just check in for a moment. Notice perhaps a little more ease on that side. Let's do the other side. Wind and unwind that left arm, left shoulder. You can rest your right hand there and just feel the movement of the ball in the shoulder socket. We want to make sure that there's no neck muscles involved. So we're actually kind of using this hand to gently push it down. When there's a lot of tightness, things start to do this. So we're just pushing that down. Open the palm, bend at the wrist. Push out through your hand, long, flat spine. Create that feeling of axial tension. And then we're going to pull the baby finger back while we're still lengthening and flattening the neck, lengthening and flattening the lumbar. Go to the ring finger. And while we stretch one finger at a time, we still want to be stretching all the other fingers. Go to that middle finger, pushing your armpit down, lifting up from the tops of the ears. Soft breathing as you do this. Now I'm on my index finger, but I still want to stretch all the other fingers. Push out through your hand. As we push through the heel of the hand, there's that little bit of opening at the back of the shoulder. And release. Your hand in front of your face. We're just going to anchor the thumb, reach the forefingers up. So we're opening up that space between the thumb and the index. Pull the armpits down, push your head to the sky. Look for as many fascial connections as you can. Breathe soft and let that go. Resting your hands, give your head, your spine a nice little wiggle. And take a few breaths just to notice. You may be noticing it feels like your elbows are kind of descending down towards your hips, towards your legs. Let's do one more here. We're going to reach that right arm out, open the palm, bend at the wrist. So we've got this humeral head we were just talking about. Hug the ball in and up, drop it down, push out. In and up and down and out. Now keep pushing out through your hand. Your arm is a little bit forward in that 30-degree range. Now tip your head away from the outstretched arm. I'm going to use this hand to keep pushing down on that shoulder. Make your arm as long and straight as you can, still rotating it out towards that thumb. Push your hand away so you're creating space in the shoulder. Long, flat spine. Now imagine you're yawning open your ear. Tuck your chin slightly so you're going to feel that lift at the bottom of the skull on the right side. Feel that lift move into the spinal fascia. Flatten your ribs, spread your fingers more. Take one more breath here. Push through your hand, open up that neck, and then relax your arms. Let your head circle forward, and then roll up. Take a moment to notice. Now let's do that on the other side, reaching out through your left hand, open the palm, bend at the wrist. Find that humeral head, that shoulder ball. We're going to hug it in and up, drop it down and push out. In and up, and drop it down, push out. Keep the hand pushing. I'm going to use this hand to keep pushing down, and I'm flattening my spine as I tip my head away. So the highest point is kind of that bump on the left side of my skull. As I lift up, up, up from that bump on the left side of my skull, my chin tucks back, my eyes look down, and I'm pushing, spreading my fingers, stretching the skin of my palm as much as I can, pushing out to create space in my shoulder. Then you can explore, where do you need to feel this? Lower your chin or lift your chin just a little bit. One more breath. As you exhale, relax your arms, let your head do that quarter circle, and then we're going to roll up and open up the chest. Wiggle your spine. Feel like you're a little more clear now on that central axis line, that gravity line. And now we're ready to relax our shoulders and do this Eldoa, the desk Eldoa. So we're going to reach the right hand forward, open the palm, bend at the wrist. So noticing we have that ability to protract or retract the shoulder blade and that shoulder ball, that humeral head, without much spinal movement. For the Eldoa, we want to push the hand forward and open up space at the back. In a sense, protract the shoulder blade, so wide shoulder blade. Keep that pressure through your hand, keep winding towards your thumb. I'm using this hand to keep my ribs in place. Now that arm is going to float up. Try to move the arm like a lever, so you're just turning the ball in the shoulder socket. Not easy to do for everyone, I understand, so just do the best you can. Keep spreading your fingers wide, Keep bending at the wrist like you're holding a really heavy book in your hand. And float that imaginary book up, up, up to the sky. I'm using this hand because as my arm goes up, it's really normal the ribs want to pop forward. So let's keep those ribs gliding back, head in the center, eyes looking down. We're creating a very specific line of tension from your right sit bone through the right side of your body, the right side of your spine, all the way up to your palm and to the top of your head. Keep stretching taller and taller. Let this work happen from the center of your body. If you've got a whole bunch of over-recruiting going on, relax a little bit and find it again. We're looking for those very specific lines of tension, and let's let that go. And give your body a nice little wiggle. Take a moment to notice the difference between the two sides. Let's do the left side. Open the palm, bend at the wrist. Push the hand away. Remember, we don't want to pull the shoulder back. So maybe do that protraction, retraction, that movement of the shoulder forward and back. We want to be pushing the hand forward while the ribs are pulling back. A little opposition there. Turn towards your thumb as best you can. Stretch the palm open. And now moving the arm like a lever, the ball rolls in the shoulder socket. Do your best to float the arm up. Maybe in line with your ear. You might have to just be here. That's okay. Spread your fingers, stretch the palm, and then float your hand, and your shoulder's going to slide up. That's okay. As you push up, pull those ribs back a little bit. You can do this sitting against a wall. You could even be sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair that has a very straight back. Connect down through that left sit bone, up through your hand, eyes looking down. Breathe. Remember, we don't want too much work happening on the surface. This is really happening from the center of your body. One more breath. And then let that arm go. Relax your spine. We always want to come out slowly. Give everything a nice little wiggle. Ideally now we want to come back into our gravity line, our natural curves of our spine. Come into soft, slow breathing. Spacious breathing now. A little rest at the end of each exhale. Taking all the time in the world for each breath. Okay, good work. Try and do this at least once a day. It's really going to help your spine, your sense of your gravity line, your breathing, your overall energy. Let me know how it goes.